So it's day 2. Unfortunately, we did have a casualty last night. I believe it was my Rhode Island Red, which I'm not too happy about, but see, not the end of the world. That's why we got 6 chicks at the end of the day instead of 5. That being said, half the chicks had pasty butt this morning, and I've been fighting them for the past hour trying to clean it up because they don't want to cooperate, and then once they jump out of your hand, they don't want to go back into your hand. So got it cleaned up. Hopefully it looks like it's cleaned up. The only one that I'm a little questioning is this guy right here. He is the lightest colored chick. Again, not totally sure what the breeds are until they get bigger. I'm very new to this. But he had it pretty bad, and I was just basically, with all of them, I would just soak it. I would just drip a little drops of water on it, let it soak for a couple minutes, let him run around again, try to catch him, and then that typically softened it enough to get it off the feathers. But that one had it pretty bad. It looks like he's clean now, so hopefully he is. Just gotta keep an eye on him. Alright, so it's still day 2. We're actually about to head out and try to see if we can replace the chick that passed last night. But, good news, we are moved up to the larger feeder. A couple of the chicks were standing on top of the jar lid. They weren't really wanting to let others eat from it. One of them was just starting to kick out the food too, so not really ideal either way. We're going to see if we could try to entice them to want to come over here and peck at this. They typically like to follow the laser, though a couple of them look a little lazy right now. There we go. And just like that, they know what the food is. And typically once one figures it out, they typically all figure it out, so. We're moving up in the world. We're growing up really fast. So it is the end of day 3. I actually forgot to film an end of day 2. We got 2 different chicks. We got one America something or another, and then I believe one Buff Orpington, if I remember correctly. To replace the Rhode Island Red, I did read afterwards that Rhode Island Reds could be a little bit difficult with younger chicks that you would try to introduce to the flock later, which is something I may do, so I don't want to say it's a good thing that he passed. Obviously it's not. I didn't want that, but at the same time, we're getting a lot more docile chicks because of it. Since then, being as it is day 3 overnight, we did have one of those chicks pass, unfortunately, but again, we did get 2, so it's not the end of the world. Since then, they have been digging up their bedding like crazy. So, a couple things have changed inside the brooder here. Number 1, the water has been moved all the way to the back. Number 2, the food has been moved all the way to the front. And then we also have a little treat log in here just temporarily. Now, all of those do different things. Obviously, the water being all the way to the back means that it's going to be cool, closer to room temperature, which is, I think, a little bit better for them. It doesn't need to be too hot. It will also prevent them from kicking up the bedding into it. I've been coming in here every hour, every 30 minutes sometimes, and having to change out the bedding. So hopefully it's far enough away that that won't be an issue. Now that's what the treat log is supposed to do. It's supposed to mimic their natural foraging skills. So, I don't know, it seems to be working. They seem to like it. They're not digging as much. But around the feeder, what I will say is where they're kicking up the bedding, it's just kicking it up where they're going to nest at night. So it's not a good thing that they're being messy, so to speak, but at the same time, they're just kicking it up right here, this way, and they like to bed right around here. I know that this is really great directions, but I think you get the idea, so I'm living with it. They're doing well. I think that we're having some healthy chicks, and hopefully if they stop eating the damn bedding and start eating the treats and food, what a concept. If they start doing that, we'll probably be good to go. What a good boy you are. Back up, back up, back up. Alright, so it is day 4. These guys are doing pretty well. We did have one of them get pasty butt overnight. Cleared it up. It took a little bit of work, but I think we're all good now. I'm going to be giving them a little bit of egg. Now, it seems weird, but if you do some research, they live off the yolk inside the shell, so this is going to be a pretty good treat for them. And it's also going to be a pretty good treat for Sven, because I'm sure he likes some egg too. Let's see, can you sit? Okay. Let's see. That's for you. Chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp. See, they already know if I put my hand in there, there's something good on it, but still trying to train him to my voice. Still trying to get Sven not to burn his ear on the lamp, too. Well, now that they have thoroughly enjoyed that treat, I'm going to go out and give Sven the rest of the egg that I cooked up, and we will see you on day 5. So it is day 6, or day 5 actually, of raising the chicks. They're doing pretty well. They're starting to hop up a bit, nowhere near the edge of the tub. So we're okay for now, but I still put this on there just in case. I'm going to be making some sort of a mesh top for a mesh lid. That way I can see them. Obviously it'll be well ventilated, but that way when they get a little bit flighty, so to speak, they won't be able to jump out. Beyond that, it's been a regular day. No real big issues. The only thing is they've really been digging up around where their bedding is now. I don't know why. There's never been any food over there, so it's kind of a mystery. But they're digging it up, and I just keep putting it back. So with that, I'm going to top these guys' food and water off and get that heater on, get them ready for bed, and then, yeah, I will see you guys on day 6. Alright, so end of day 6, no real major updates. I'm still putting their little treat log in here during 2 times of the day. I am taking it out at night when they... Rowdy, shut up. When they should be resting, theoretically. And then I also take it out midday as well, just for a short period of time. I don't want them to have it all the time, obviously. But they're doing well. They've been not really enjoying the chick grit all that much. They've just been digging it up and throwing it out. So what I did to prevent that and keep it a little cleaner, put a smaller lid inside a bigger lid. It's been working pretty well so far. I have also, the water, I lowered the amount of electrolytes I had in it because we were through with the first gallon of it. And, oh, hi there. And I just lowered it to a little less than a full scoop, which it said a full scoop was 10 grams, I think. But when I actually scaled it out, it wasn't even close to it, so we're still pretty close to the recommended dose according to the package if you didn't scale it. So, but since we did, I think that they're going to be fine. I don't think that the electrolytes at this point are going to be a detriment. They're done with their first week. They seem very healthy still, doing well. So yeah. I don't know. Let's see if we can. I love the feathers on this one. So cute. See you on day 7. So it's the end of day 7, no real big changes. Sven is obviously enjoying them still. We put the dog gate over the top just because they are, once again, getting a little bit flighty. I did notice that they're having a little bit too much diarrhea, so I took away their treat log for the day. And it seemed like they're doing good now. So, yeah, all's still well for the first week. Alright, so it is the end of day 8, and therefore the end of the first full week.
you can see that once again these guys are starting to fly the coop, or trying to fly the coop at least, so I need to get a lid for this made pronto because that thing isn't too official. I do need to say, they have finally started to eat the chick grit. This is what I came into. The container was pretty much empty, and yeah, about half of it is still on the ground, but hey, improvements, little improvements. I'm gonna get these guys to bed, I'm gonna get this guy to bed, and with that, you guys, thank you for watching, think for yourself, subscribe for more videos with these guys. I'm gonna be posting a weekly upload to watch these guys progress. With that, I will see you next time.